Hello everyone, welcome. Glad to have you here. Hello Foxy, hello Nova, hello. Hello Lynette, hello Lil Pocky. Come baby, glad to have you here. Hello. Hello Iceman, hello Jasmine, hello Blue Astra, Trans Kiddo. Hello Grim Kitty, SFX. And Shayu, hello. Are you guys excited for today? Hmm? Oh, how sweet. How's everyone doing though? Welcome. Glad to have you here. It is always a pleasure having you here with me, isn't it? Hello, baby. Welcome. Hello, person. Hello, Rebecca, Leah Pocky. Hello, Tia. How's everyone doing today? Yeah, today we're gonna have a collab, aren't we? We're gonna have a siren with us today. We're gonna be doing some ASMR, just some very quiet, awesome ASMR. So yeah, I hope you're ready for that. Let me call him. I'll bring him to the call. Hello, how you doing, my friend?
Pretty good.
Oh, that was a little bit loud. There you go.
I gotta turn the gain down.
Are you playing something?
Hmm?
Are you playing something?
I was playing Minecraft just because I had really nothing else to do this morning and I woke up late, so it's just like, might as well.
I'm gonna put your model like sitting here to the side. I think that's gonna be cool. How you doing, my friend? Been a while since we talked. Hello, Busy Bee. Hello, Blastra. I always have fun playing Minecraft. Although it's not on something that I play often. I don't know. I think I'm getting becoming kind of a boomer, and I've been playing a lot of games that I sometimes get stuck in them.
Yeah, I actually stopped playing for like a super long time, but like I had that weird like random urge to be like, I kind of just want to go do it just because I can. Like, I've played everything else ad nauseum, and I don't know. I just kind of wanted to build cool stuff and show it off to people.
Oh, totally.
But
For
I
me,
also,
it's more like, I don't know, I always find Minecraft like such a relaxing little game. It's just something that I can always just like, I just tune out and it's like playing like virtual Legos. You just tune out and you just like, don't think about anything, which is something that I've actually been kind of struggling. Like, I've actually like lost a little bit of like the pleasure that I used to have with like playing video games. Like I was playing, and this, I'm not sure if this is like Starfield being kind of mediocre or if it's like me. I think it might have been a little bit of both. But like I was playing Starfield and I was like, man, it's so boring. First of all, it's like load screen after load screen after load screen.
I know.
And it didn't have that like same feeling with me. And I'm not sure if this is me getting old or if this is like, you know. Hello, that's Storm. Hello, Iceman. Hello, glad to have you here. How you doing? Pixie, Chloe. Hello, Sage. Welcome. It's the first time in the chat. I know that I don't stream a lot on YouTube. My name is Kindred Spirit. I stream every single day on Twitch, and I do ASMR here on YouTube. And this is Siren. He also does ASMR here on YouTube.
Howdy.
Yeah, if you want to introduce yourself as well, I kind of forgot about that. If you want to like do a self promo.
Oh, I guess so. Hi, I'm Siren Sun ASMR, and I've just been making ASMR and little role plays here on YouTube for a little bit. And yeah, fun fact, Kindred actually was one of my inspirations before I started. So
Really?
yeah,
I don't know,
I
man.
think
I just kind of like we kind of like me and Siren, no, you, me and Icy, we kind of like were always like, we kind of started at the same time. So it's always been kind of like, you know, it's just someone that I always knew, but didn't have enough time to hang out.
yeah.
It's always been my pleasure though. I like hanging out with people that are chill though. And it's always been nice.
It's always nice. I really haven't actually like hung out with anybody like other VAs for like a super long time because I've been hella busy. It is.
Oh, like I totally understand. Like it's the same thing. I was talking to Rikami, Sens as well, Truckchan. It's always something that I always make sure to like reinforce because I don't want like people to feel that way. Because I'm someone that I'm very passionate about the work that I do. I like streaming. I like doing voice work. I'm always thinking about doing things. I'm working on a song, and I don't want people to feel like I'm not hanging out with them or just hanging out with them because of work. I genuinely enjoy spending time together. It's just that I'm a heavy workaholic.
I know.
And it's like, you know what I mean?
I completely understand because I have this little schedule for myself, and it worked good for me before, like, you know, I graduated and stuff. And then as soon as I graduated, I completely decided on a whim that I was just gonna move across the country and live with a couple friends.
Really?
So
I think that's
had to,
very
like,
normal in the US, isn't it? It's not normal at all to like live with your friends like that in Brazil.
I mean, it's normal for, I guess, people in the U.S., but like from my family in particular, especially where I come from, it's very like undone before, especially because I'm the youngest of 5, and I have like these 4 other siblings who set the standard for like what a normal life should look like, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna pack up my everything, and I'm just gonna go like.
Gotcha. No, totally, dude.
So that's what I'm doing now, and I love it. I haven't regretted it once.
Yeah, it's like something that I've always like said, and it's something that I consider myself quite lucky to like be able to work with something that I love. I know that's a luxury, and, you know, don't wanna rant about politics. People always try to bait me to rant about politics, and I'm not gonna do that. I know.
Of course, dude.
But like, it's something that like if you can have it, it takes a lot of discipline as well. Like working with something, especially like a job as unstable as this, takes a lot of the discipline. But like, it's kind of like a thing because I enjoy what I do, and because I enjoy what I do, it makes it so that I want to do it more. But at the same time, I need to rest. Otherwise, I'm not able to perform to my whole abilities, and that's kind of how it goes. Was that nice looking guy? Oh, how to been? You're from Twitch, right? You probably don't know Icy. Icy is a very long friend that I know. But since I started my YouTube channel, he's one of the very first voice actors that I collab with and I work together. And it's always been someone that I always known. Although,
I love Icy.
He's kind of been more to himself because it was, like I said, he just said he was like busy with like life and stuff. And he does a lot of stuff on YouTube, which I always admired. Like I'm not. You talked about like me being your inspiration. I actually like for like a whole year, I even bought an iPad. I sold it because it didn't work out. But I bought an iPad specifically to try and learn, just so I could like be exactly like you, like draw myself and do everything myself. And I failed miserably. I did it like 2 videos, and they kind of like it's. If you ever see my channel on YouTube, like the ASMR channel, not the VTuber channel, but like the ASMR channel, if you ever see like a thumbnail that just looks much worse than all the others, you know that's the thumbnail that I drew. I'm not gonna tell which one it is, but if you just scroll it, you see like, oh, this one doesn't really match the others. Yeah, that's Icy's here. No, not Icy. He's Siren. Just the blue handsome boy is no. Siren's got the himbo vibe, the bear vibe, I guess. Which I totally respect, by the way. I've been since day one, since 2020, one of the first indie VTubers. Been day one, I'd be like, I want me boys to have some meat on them. I'm not gonna be. I don't want them to draw them skinny anime boys. Okay, I want my boys to have some meat on them.
Exactly, 100%.
Fucking hell, dude.
I get using all the anime boy stock images for your videos and stuff like that. I just had the luxury of like always drawing as a child, and so I was able to hone my craft. Since I was a kid, I was homeschooled, so I had like nothing else to do with my time.
Totally.
So I just decided to draw these little characters, and I still have the old picture of this, like the character you see now, and it was like a blocky stick figure on a piece of paper.
You had a vision. You had a vision to attain. You know what I mean? You had a vision.
Out beautifully.
Exactly. Now everyone is doing it as well. And it's just like but we were the OGs, you know. Like everyone's now doing like himbos, dilfs. I was actually fun. It was actually funny because, so basically, we kind of started a trend, you and me, on YouTube.
The big boys.
With the big boys and the dilfs as well. I'm not sure if you noticed this, but like I did like a video inspired. I actually did a video inspired on like a female VA. I don't remember her name. She like rebranded like 4 times that I kind of forgot about her.
It is what it is.
But she did like a babysitter like video, and like I was like, I want to do that, but I want to do it with the opposite. Like it was pretty much the same script, but with the like roles reversed. So like the babysitter was the listener, and the dilf was the main character, the speaker. And I did that, and I like, it was very funny because I didn't want to like say it because, you know, it feels kind of like, it feels kind of like self, what is the word? I don't remember the word.
Prophecy?
No, not a self. It feels a little bit like getting over myself. But like I saw like 5 videos like a few weeks later being like dilf this, dilf that. I'm just like, interesting. Just like, so suddenly so many dilfs and like big boys popping up. You know what I mean? So suddenly,
It's. I'm glad because.
Hey, I told you, like I don't mind. I'm glad that more people are doing it. You know.
I know, cause like when I used to watch ASMR before I made it, so you know.
Yeah, same.
Time, but
it was actually my story as well. I told this like story when I was streaming at Icy. It was the exact same thing. It was like I used to listen to a lot when I was like very depressed, and we're in quarantine. I had a lot of free time, and I decided to use my stimulus to like buy a microphone and started doing it.
Same, bro. Same. And so basically, whenever I listened to like roleplay ASMR, I would always listen to like characters with the deep voices because that was my thing. I needed the deep voices, so it was like I ran out because everybody was making the like ooh, like skinny boys, you know, like follow your bliss and all that. Like
I think the only one that was kind of, and I don't even think he's like that, but I think the only one that was like close to that kind of thing was I think Akuma and Codlin. But like Codlin is a very soft boy, and Akuma is the complete opposite. He's always like super yandere, like very intense audios. And that was like, I wanted to do like something in the middle. I wanted something that was like spicy sometimes, but also like kind of soft sometimes. Especially because I think that also fits my voice. I don't have like that deep voice, that like Valorant e-boy voice. But it's also like a very warm tone, so like young characters also don't fit me too much. So it was very hard to like find that niche.
It's definitely like finding your vibe. That was sort of my struggle because like I wanted to do like these super gruff deep voices, but in reality I have I'm very soft spoken. So like
I like the soft spoken though. Like I actually try to aim it. I don't like trying to be like that. I always try to go for like a soft spoken kind of voice, even when I'm doing like the angry boys.
You pull it off very good though. You have like a very like.
But it doesn't come as naturally as it comes like when you do it.
But like when I do it, it's more of like, okay, I have like this pink-haired boy who's like just the most adorable thing.
Oh yeah, that's the softy boy. I remember.
He's the softy boy, and like it's trying to find like what I want to do because like when I first started out, my best character was this big gruff orc character, and that motherfucker destroyed my throat. Well, I'm not gonna say that.
I totally understand. Like people don't know. People that don't work with their voices don't know how like. What's a word that I can use? How tiring it is on your throat to like actually properly use your voice for work. It's the same thing with teachers as well, I think. Where like if you're speaking like that for like hours on end, it's very taxing on your voice. And especially if you're trying to go for like a deeper, like a very high range on your tone, that also like strains you a lot. That's why I always say that like, and especially like someone like me, I always like, I'm not sure if you're like this, but I do not work when I'm trying to like improv like all in one go. I always like record a line, then I record it again and again and again and again, 5 times usually. And then on editing, I choose the one that I like the most.
That's I try to be very like efficient when I'm doing it, because like if I don't do it right, like especially when I'm doing the grungy voice, it really starts like you'll be able to feel it, and then like the next takes further down are gonna be a lot more like strained, because I feel like I'm hurting.
Again, it's like a muscle. Like your voice is literally a muscle. So like you just eventually gonna start like feeling it.
Yeah, and I had to learn that the hard way when I first started doing this, because I'm like, oh, I like talking so much. The trick is getting me to shut up, so why not just talk on the internet and have people like watch that? And then I realized, oh boy, I talked a lot, but not this much. And so,
yeah. But me, it was like kind of like the opposite. Like I didn't plan on doing this. If you really scroll back on my videos, you see a lot of videos with like blurred artworks. That's because when I started out, I wasn't planning on doing this for a living. This was just like a quarantine hobby. So I just would take like artworks from like Pinterest, because I was just recording myself and I don't plan on like, I don't think anyone is gonna watch this. So I'm just gonna like take whatever and just do the videos and post them and like whatever.
Yeah,
but as I did that, it kind of like blew up, because a lot of channels blew up on quarantine, like really blew up. And I was like, all right, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this right. I'm gonna do this professionally. I'm not gonna be like one of those guys that like just steals artwork and just puts it on whatever. And just, which I find is very scummy. I see so many big channels using, and now they're using AI as well. And it's just like, man, can you spend like $100 from like the thousands that you make to just like put an artwork, or like pay somebody to make an artwork?
As an artist, that's sort of like the thing, because like that's how artists like make money. Like
exactly, and it's just like I find like I don't want to talk about that. That always gets me angry every single time. I don't want to.
Fingers.
Like it's like the same thing. Like I always compare it to like, and it makes me sad, because I see a lot of people that just like, oh, I don't care, I just want to watch the videos, and it's just like, I've even seen some people like say that, oh, the art doesn't really matter, it's just a thumbnail, and it's just like, if it didn't matter, you wouldn't have put it. I've seen some people that really don't care. They like Redacted, for example, Redacted ASMR. He just puts like a symbol, like a stock image, like
and that works.
And that works. That has a very unique style to him. Well, some people just have the same artwork, like Codlin just like paid for an artwork, and then he uses it like all the time.
Also, is my voice really, really low? Because a lot of people in chat are saying like it's hard to hear.
I'm just equalizing with like the audio. It's supposed to be a little bit low in ASMR, like I'm making it so it's a little bit quieter than usual. Just like
no, I turned my gain all the way down. I didn't know if like people are like, oh well, now I can't hear him.
Bump up just a little bit.
All right, but yeah, no, like I definitely think like, because I think that's how I built my demographic. Was a lot of people have like contacted me and told me that like the reason why they started watching my videos was because they didn't see the same like anime boy as they saw like 45 times.
Exactly. And it's just like it's like, how would you feel like if somebody that just took your voice and just like put it on like a 3D model, for example? You know what I mean? Like the AI can do it now, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't like it. They wouldn't be like, oh, it's just AI, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but like AI is, I again, talking about that's just gonna rile people.
I don't want to talk about. It's gonna rile me up. I don't want to.
It is.
I don't want to talk about that. It's just something that I see all the time, and I'm just like, it's like the few people that I see, like you, me, and a few others that are just like decide to do that. GBA also does it as well. Like GBA also like make sure his content is all original. He also does a lot. I always find it interesting as well that GBA does like superhero stuff, I believe. Oh, that's very interesting. Like that's a very unique niche.
Yeah. I think using like actually like handmade art from an artist is also like another thing that's a key to a little bit more success, because like people are gonna know if
it's visual identity. It's visual identity. If you're just
like signature.
Exactly.
Like this character that I've got, it's like nobody else has this character. And so like whenever somebody sees,
although I have to complain, I'm gonna be salty a little bit. I'm gonna be a little bit salty.
Be salty.
your fucking characters always demonetize my fucking videos because YouTube doesn't like titty. Even man titties don't like it. So the stream right now is demonetized because of the titties. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to like zoom out the titties,
it's fine. I don't care. I don't care. I get so many channels demonetized. I stop caring. I'm just like, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna be a lot of money anyway. I have the people that support me. It's fine. But it's very interesting. I mean, in one hand, I can kind of respect it because at least it's consistent. YouTube does definitely demonetize titties, so at least it.
That's the weirdest thing because I started monetizing my videos recently, and none of them have gotten demonetized
Really?
based on thumbnail.
Fuck you, YouTube. Why are you demonetizing my titties? What do you mean?
I don't know. Like
because I did a character that was
surprised.
very inspired by you. I did like a Titan character, I think. A lot of people ask it for like and the only thing that I can see, it doesn't have fan service. It's not even a romance video. The only thing I can imagine is just the titties. So it's just like
I mean, look.
I respect the consistency, but I am annoyed for you to doing this, you know.
I just like the whole thing stemmed from my Greek god fascination, and so like it was this and togas, and you know.
Interesting.
I chose this.
That's cool. I like that.
I wanted my own unique spin. I want to be original. That's my biggest fear is people are gonna think I'm like just picking at other stuff. No. This is Siren original. It's the full frontal.
I like doing my own twists as well. Although it's kind of funny because you do your own twists and then it kind of becomes a thing. And then it's just like, for example, I saw a lot, like when one of the characters I didn't really like is like the dragon. So I wanted to do like a powerful, full-on dragon that was kind of like a tsundere.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it goes. I did another one that was like the villain, but instead of like having like a powerful like villain fantasy, that kind of thing, I pretty much like base off the main character as like Darkness from Konosuba. That one scene where she's like gets possessed, and it's just why are you enjoying this? Stop enjoying this! You're ruining my moment.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
But then it becomes a thing, and it's just like, you know. It's fine. It's pretty natural to like the nature of content creation, especially the nature of the things that I do, that we do. I guess it's weird having this conversation.
It's kind of like
it's flattering in a sense.
Yeah, it's flattering.
But it's also kind of like, you know, it's like game mechanics. Like when you do games, you can't really trademark a game mechanic. You can trademark the design and like it's like, for example, did you know that maps can be trademarked?
Like an actual map?
Like an actual map, like a city. You can trademark the map, but you can't trademark the information. But you can trademark how you tell the information. And it's the same thing with stories as well. You can't trademark tropes, but you have the rights to how you tell it.
I probably should look into getting like trademarks for like my actual like characters, because like you see the weird asymmetric tattoos that make absolutely no frickin' sense on this guy's body. Like somebody's gonna have to go out of their way to do something that outlandish, so like when they do, I'll know.
Well, you know, like it doesn't hurt to like do it. I only did it for my VTuber and for like the brand as well. Yeah, especially because trademarks are kind of annoying anyway. So it's just like, you know, but if you have a YouTube channel, if your video just comes out first, it's usually gonna be fine. I wouldn't worry about that. You know what I mean?
And I've actually caught somebody, like another VA who was like just starting, completely writing in my own world. Like my land that I created, my world, my like genre of like this specific race that I created for my world, the name and everything. And I was like getting so many pings one morning, and I was like,
I always get so anxious whenever I see a lot of pings. It's like during the night, I'm like, oh fuck, what happened?
I was like, oh, who's trying to slander me now?
What is going on this time? Luckily enough, I think I'm not sure why that thing, why is I've never had that. Like I've had that once, but it was like tangential, and I was just like, you know, whatever. But I've never had like really people do drama with me or like try and like rip off or like do anything of the sort. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just like, I mean, I like it that I don't have to worry about that, but I also am like, am I that unremarkable that people just like don't care?
No, it's because it's honestly they probably respect you.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Again, I know that on the ASMR streams I don't like usually change my tone a lot because I really hold back a lot to like not be loud on the ASMR streams. If you watch my Twitch streams, you know that I'm always yelling. So it's like, you know, it's just something that I'm like, I mean, I'm glad, but at the same time, why?
I know. I think I sound a little bit better because I turned my gain up. So like, nobody's. Like,
No, it's fine. The audio is fine. I always have my audio monitors like next to my eye, so if anything like goes off the rails, I'm always looking. Don't worry.
Gotcha. I'm just kind of watching the stream right now. That's sweet viewership.
But I've actually had a few like people that I've collabed like years ago being like, hey, I saw you on TikTok.
Yeah. You've come across
it's kind of funny because it took me like a very long while to like kind of like finally get back break the because I'm not sure if you don't know, but like TikTok is region locked. Like the content on TikTok is region locked.
Really?
So it will always go around your area first, like always especially when you're just starting out. So it's something that since I'm Brazilian, right? My country doesn't speak English. It's very rare to find somebody to speak English. So you know that always kind of sucked.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it knows that I'm in the VA scene.
But now that it did, it's like I've gotten a few messages being like, "Hey, saw you on TikTok," and it's also very funny because the audiences is also different. Like the people that are on YouTube, like they have very different takes, and it's like fascinating to me as like someone that has like audiences on all these different spaces, the like live stream space, the YouTube space, and TikTok short form content. It's always like fascinating to me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like, I have like one TikTok on my Siren Sun TikTok page, and it's just me like singing, a collab with like some really big singer who blew up on TikTok. And it came out really nice. It was really nice because I did a little harmony and stuff with it, and you know, I just love singing.
Yeah,
I'm
TikTok loves that.
But I love singing.
It's kind of funny because even though I'm gonna be honest with you, TikTok has their issues. Every platform has, but like TikTok especially has their issues. But something that I find fascinating that I really love about TikTok is that TikTok loves, first of all, TikTok has one of the things that I love because I'm someone that I'm very fluid. Like, I love doing all kinds of things. I usually describe my content as like unmedicated ADHD. Like whatever it is that I want to do, I always have fun. It's just, I always do what I want, what I'm having fun with. So I've did like bartending, cooking, Lego, origami, gaming, singing, chatting. Like usually I'll do a lot of chatting. And it's always like something that I don't have to worry about that I used to like hate it on YouTube. It's just like, oh, I can't post this on my channel because it's not my niche and YouTube is not going to like it if I post something that it doesn't think that people are going to enjoy. TikTok, it doesn't matter.
Algorithm.
Like TikTok doesn't matter. It's kind of sucks because also like if you have a big audience, it doesn't really matter. Like your videos can flop all the same. But it's something that like on TikTok, if you want to post a video of you singing, post it. If you want to post a video of you telling a joke, post it. If you want to post a video of an artwork, comic dub, and for me that likes using my voice in many different ways, comic dubs, like funny bits, fan service, eventually I do. I don't try to do it because I know what kind of audiences that cultivates. But you know, every now and then I do some fan service as well.
I think my TikTok knows that I'm into big-chested shirtless men because
I understand. We seem to be on the same niche. It's actually kind of funny because my TikTok, I put a little comment. I was like, I did a video of like I don't remember which one was it now. I think it was like if I show up on your For You page, that probably means that you're into big manly titties. And I cut the video at the titty. And I remember like one day where I saw a lot of videos, a lot of like Stitches notification, and they were all like gay bara like bear men. And I was like, oh,
the best,
I
the
was
best,
I was
man.
surprised that this didn't come like sooner. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
it seems like it would be a natural fit for this kind of content, but there you go.
Oh yeah, no. It's I've
But
definitely gotten
I still
exposed
suffer. I
many
don't
times.
understand what is it about my content that is like it's cursed. Because it's like I started on YouTube 3 years ago, and I think I ranted to you about this. That is like my
Probably.
audience is like 99% like women and like 5% men. Like, I'm not even joking. It's like a legion of women and like 5 dudes.
Yeah, I think
And
you
it's
told me about that.
it's the same thing on TikTok. And I'm like, why is this the thing? I make jokes. I talk about dicks. I talk about titty. What is it about my content that makes it so that I just wanted to have some boy. I don't even mind that it's like a, you know, like more targeted to female audiences, but like,
Yeah.
why is there no guys that I can make all like 5 kinds of content and it's still always like
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I think I have a healthy chunk of guys in my audience too. Last time I checked my analytics, like a lot of the people in my server, a lot of my
what is
really
it that
close
you do?
friends- Well,
It's
it
not
might have
because it's like
something
I've
to do-
seen people do like male for male like content, especially I think what I suspect, at least on YouTube, is that like since I don't really tag my videos for like specifically him for him, because all my videos are like 99% of like gender neutral, except for the ones that I take from Reddit every now and then.
Yeah.
Like 99 of them I like making gender neutral stuff. Because, you know, you can, it's much easier for you to like, view yourself in. You know what I mean? Don't forget there's non-binary folks. Yes, there's 2% non-binary people. I'm like, god damn it, we gotta get those damn numbers up. Come on.
That's how I feel exactly, because like not only do I do like, you know, romance that I would like, because like I'm gonna be real with you, half of the videos I write are just like my personal ideas of what a perfect romance would be, because I'm a hopeless romantic looking for some
A
big
hopeless
strong man to sweep me
romantic
off
all
my
my
feet.
life, surrounded by couples all the time. I guess I should stay
Exposed. I'm exposed. Oh my gosh.
I'm not
but,
gonna
like,
lie, Nyla does this to me all the time as well. You wanna know my favorite genre of ASMR?
Qua.
You wanna know? Guess I got try it. Like guess.
Okay, let me gauge you, Kindred. Let me ask the spirits.
No, don't ask Chad. Don't ask Chad.
Oh, that was actually the real spirits. I feel like you are into. Oh God. Oh God. I don't, bigger people, maybe. Like
not even close.
top-
Like
I'm
you
not
would
gonna say, like-
imagine with like the content that I kind of make, you know, like Bara, Himbo, Yanderes, dominant kind of thing.
Yeah, I was
You
about
know,
to say.
It's friends to lovers.
Oh, that's cute.
It's
so cute.
I love me some friends to lovers. It's the same thing with like the manga that I read. Like I love the mushy, and I love books on me all the time. And it's always very funny because like I do the kind of content that I enjoy and the characters that I enjoy, but I really like the mushy stuff. It's just that when I do the mushy stuff, it doesn't get any views, and you gotta do the thing. Like I do the. It's not to say that the things that I do I don't enjoy, but it's certainly not my favorite.
I've veered away from fan service a lot more to do like just ideas that have been swimming around in my head. But as for the friends to lovers thing, I am kind of on the same wavelength, just on the opposite end of the wavelength. I am really into enemies to lovers.
Enemies to lovers as well. Like I consider it like a subgenre.
I just
like
think
it as
there's
well.
something really hot about someone who vehemently hates you falling head over heels.
I don't like the hate. Like the ones that like the really like people that are incompatible falling in love. I think that's kind of like dumb. That doesn't feel like realistic at all. I like the ones where it's like 2 rivals that like kind of like really get riled up. Like it rubs the wrong way, but it's also like they kind of like they have that like inner appreciation for the other. Like they don't see anyone else that they can compete with, and that kind of like draws those like kind of like, you know. And if you've ever been in like a hate fucking situation, you know that shit is hot as fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you. I only had that once. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's hot as fuck.
my bully series was probably, I used my favorite character I've ever drawn, which is, well, at the time, Zeke. And he was like my bully character, and that was pinnacle romance for me, because like he hated you, but he only hated you because like didn't know how to show that he liked you, and he was just and then when you finally get like locked in the same classroom together, it was like the truth comes out. I'm just kind of like, oh god, there's something I just find inherently romantic about someone who like hates you so much that they have to be around you because they like you. It's just pinnacle romance.
Can you hear the Nakadeku fans?
God.
I don't even, like, it's something that I'm kind of like, I like My Hero Academia. I cannot stand the fandoms. And I'm not talking to you specifically, I'm talking like as a whole. Man, I refuse to make any TikToks related to like My Hero. It's like two things, My Hero Academia and Steven Universe.
Yeah.
I don't do it. I just like, I avoid like a plague.
That's why when people always ask me, hey, can you do one of my favorite characters from a TV show? I am strictly original characters. I don't even,
it's not even that I mind.
Parameters.
It's not even that I mind doing, in my case, it's not even that I mind doing like characters that contain like, you know, characters from series. I even done sometimes. It's just that I always feel like they don't fit me at all.
Yeah, I do voices. I feel like I can't replicate somebody else's voice. Like I'm not a.
Yeah, my voice is kind of.
I can't do that hard. But like, it's also. I don't want to attract My Hero fan base to mine, because like I already got enough drama going on as it is with people who don't know.
It's always kind of, it's not like again, it's like that thing about I always like doing my unique take and everything. First of all, it's like a kid magnet. It's like so annoying.
Yeah,
but it's just like every single video. It's like Bakugo teases you, pins you against the wall. Bakugo Deku listener, and it's just like always the same thing. And then you take it to TikTok, and it's just like oh my god, this 12-year-old is a pro shipper. He pro ships, and it's just like
you realize the people that like.
I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that. I think My Hero Academia is a pretty okay.
Hearing stuff about.
It's just like I don't. You know what I mean? No, Rebecca Sugar is hilarious. Have you seen the like situation with Rebecca Sugar?
I love Rebecca Sugar. In fact, I've watched all of Steven Universe. I'm not gonna make a video.
I did as well. I really like Steven Universe.
I love Steven Universe.
Although, do you want my hot take? Do you want? Do you want my hot take on like Steven Universe?
Go for it. Hot take. Spill the tea.
Do you want my hot take? And I'm not talking about like anything storyline. I'm only talking about design. People get really uncomfortable with the fusion between Steven and his dad, and it's just because the design is hot. Yeah, the design is hot, and it makes them uncomfortable because storytelling. It was just supposed to be like a rock star figure. It wasn't supposed to. She wasn't thinking anything of the sort, but she accidentally ended up with like a really fucking DILF design.
Favorite design.
And it makes everyone uncomfortable, and it's just like, I get it where you're coming from, but the only reason you guys hate that is because it looks fucking hot and it feels weird because it's Steven and his dad and it looks fucking hot.
Well, that and the whole thing, like fusion was supposed to represent like intimacy and relationship, and so when Steven and his dad fused, it was just
but it's like here's the thing, it's supposed to be like, it's a kids show, so it's supposed to be like like any kind of relationship, even friendship in case of like Steven and the Connie. Yeah. I'm terrible with names. It's not that it's just that I don't remember. But yeah, so like, you know what I mean? But it feels weird, and also like the dances are kind of weird as well because dancing is a very inherently like chemistry kind of thing. So you know, but again, it's just because it looks like a rock star, and she ended up accidentally doing that, and it's very funny to me. It's very funny to me.
4 arms and the double decker guitar.
You know what I mean?
I love it. Oh boy. But yeah. Also, in fun, interesting news, I told you I was getting a whole PC set up shipping in whenever the hell they're gonna get that to me. But I do want to start like my own streams but I just don't know anything about streaming or like what to do, what programs to run, what
Oh,
softwares
it's
to
very
get.
easy. Like it takes a little bit to set up, but once you do, it's just a matter of like turning it on and just going on the microphone and doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Also, if you have the money, I would recommend like a little Steam Deck. It's just something that like it just helps out so much. Like you don't need to get an Elgato. Elgato is very much overpriced. But like little Stream Deck is always very useful to like have little buttons that you can control your stream. It just becomes like a second nature.
I like that. I
know watch very little Steven Universe. I'm not interested in the topic. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Maybe it's not for you. I kind of vibe with Steven Universe because like it's not even that I'm like super attached to Steven Universe. But what I like about Steven Universe, and this is just a Rebecca Sugar kind of thing, she's just like very talented when it comes to that. Whenever she talks about like subjects such as depression, family issues, trauma, it feels very lighthearted. It doesn't feel like, oh, it's that one episode where we're gonna have to talk about depression, and they just like completely like take it away from the story and just like jam in like a random story. Yeah. It feels very effortless. It feels very, especially with the songs as well. It was something very present in Adventure Time, in the songs that she wrote for Adventure Time, and in the show, in the Steven Universe show. Yeah. My biggest bummer with Steven Universe, not really a fault of the show itself, it's just that because, and this is something that she has told in an interview before, it's that Rebecca Sugar wanted the Garnet to be gay. Like, Rebecca Sugar wanted Garnet to be gay, which is cool. It's like a very like nice representation. It's very good. Yeah. But because of that, the executives were like, all right, you get this season and nothing else. You can make Garnet gay and have one more season, or you can have your show and finish however you wanted it. And she was like, I'll take Garnet. And then she had to like finish everything up. That's why the ending of Steven Universe is like awful. Like it feels super rushed, and that's because it was. Yeah, that's sad. People should be able to create what they want. You don't have to agree with what everybody's creating. God knows I don't. But like, people should be able to create whatever. I just wish corporate like companies weren't so scared about doing those things. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if it's 2023, like, can we have like at least some like queer representation? They're scared of backlash, and it's just so annoying. It's sad. It really is, because like I would like to see some representation, because like I would like to watch a show and feel like, because the ones that we have, it's like usually very low investments, and it feels like pop culture representation. It's just like here's the gay story, and it's just like the most like satire kind of like overplayed thing. And it's just very annoying. I want a story that tells like something close to like an actual real coming out story, like what I had to go through, because like it's not what you see in the movies, and I don't feel like I can connect with the other like LGBT characters, because like it just feels so made up. Like it doesn't feel like an actual like coming out story. That, or just like a romance story where it's just like, for example, I'll take Steven Universe. Like Garnet, like it's just a given. The Garnet is just like, they're a couple. It's the characters are not shocked. It's not like a plot point. It's a given. They're a couple. And it's just a romance story. It's a romance story of a couple. But it just happens to be like, LGBT, and it's just like, it's a given. And you can build like queer representation that feels much more relatable that way, because it doesn't feel like the gay part is just a plot point that they have to get over. So it becomes with like questions that arrive in daily conversation, like problems, you know, like things that you can actually relate to, that any other romance story would be like a given. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wish they just wouldn't make like the gay character an archetype. I wish it was its own, like it's not something you can just quantify. It's just a character. Like it's like when it's like to take it away from like the queer contest. Imagine like if it did the same thing, but it was like people of color, and it's just like this is the trope of the people, the black man, for example, like a person of color. This is their trope. It would feel bad. It wouldn't feel good. You know what I mean?
It's
the exact same thing. It's just like
they're not doing it with care. They're doing it for exposure.
They're just doing it for plot
strokes
points, which is why it feels so annoying when you see corporate like shot down on like a super cool project, because Rebecca Sugar is so talented.
Of course.
Like so. Also, oh my god, you see again. Have you seen the situation with Rebecca Sugar and the social media? Because she had taken a hiatus.
She came back.
She had taken a hiatus because she was like, "Oh, my mental health. You know, I'm not in a good state, and social media is not going to help that." And they were like, "Okay, everyone's like cool." Media Seal does it with POC too, but it's it's much rarer. Like I haven't.
Somebody's being treated fair.
Like I don't know. Maybe I just like I don't know. I don't see it, but you know, if you say so, that might be your experience. But like I was saying, so Rebecca Sugar came back to TikTok, and everyone started acting weird, but in a different way. They weren't being toxic. They were just spamming like, "This is Black Diamond," because like a video went viral of like some random fucking kid doing their like Diamond OC and just like making it mega sexualized with the like TikTok AI voice.
That's another thing.
And
like,
this is what I mean. It's like so unhinged, but in like a funny way. And if you go on any, I would tell you right now, if you take your phone, you go to Rebecca Sugar on TikTok, and you just see the comments of any post. It's just like Diamond, Black Diamond, Black Diamond, Black Diamond. This is Black Diamond. This is Black Diamond. This is Black Diamond.
What does that even mean?
It's referencing that one meme that blew off. Like the extremely sexualized, poorly made. It's like you know the like Sonic OCs from like the 2020s, the early 20s, the early 2000s. Sorry, the early 2000s. It's the exact same thing, but like for Steven Universe. It's like mega sexualized, and it's just like everyone keeps referencing that one meme that went viral. It's just, why is this? Why you gotta be like that? She's just coming back. You all have to be so weird.
It's internet drama.
At least it's not toxic. It's not. No, it's not drama. It's not drama. It's not being made to be toxic. It's just funny, but in like a Gen Z Zoomer kind of way. So then you have like these Gen Z Zoomers being like freaks, which I think it's funny. I laugh. But I'm not sure how she feels about that, especially coming back to social media. Especially coming back to social media. Like, oh, okay, guys. I'm done with my mental health break. I feel better now. She has to immediately deal with like unhinged Gen Z Zoomers.
You know, if you tell somebody you're out going away for a mental health break, and then you're like, "Hey, I'm back," they're gonna try to put you back.
It's like, "Hey, I'm back," and this is my Sonic OC. She's this is my Sonic OC. These are her fetishes.
Oh god. Yeah, the internet's an interesting
Again, I don't think this is being made to be toxic. This is not, because it doesn't feel like you don't see anyone hating on her or being like anything bad. It's just endlessly hilarious to me. You know? Yeah. Rebecca's probably something like shaking my head. I wonder how you'd feel about that. I wonder how, like, if you had like an audience and you just like accidentally cultivate a bunch of like unhinged Gen Z Zoomers. Like the same thing with My Hero Academia. Like, what would you do if you did something like crazy.
That? I don't even.
It's like the same thing with like how because I'm not sure if you don't know this, but like the author, right, of My Hero Academia got very annoyed because a lot of people were harassing like the voice actors and everything for like with their shipping, basically.
That's the biggest issue.
And so you know what he did as like his like getting back at them. The only queer character in the main characters is Mineta.
Really?
Yep.
Mineta's queer?
Yeah, I think he like confessed to Deku or something. The only one. Which,
I stopped watching a long time
not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, that is so funny to me because again, everyone hates Mineta. Mineta is very much like that annoying like kid that like saw porn once and then made it his whole personality. Which again, it's not even something like if you know any man, you see like you definitely know that one kid. It's just like it's not unreasonable, but it's a very kid thing. It's a very like specific kind of weird kid thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a trope that is like it's that one kid that you knew back from high school, and that they probably remember that phase with like, yeah, Toga's by. Yeah, Toga's by as well, but that is like very recent. And Toga's not a main character of like I'm talking about the good guys. Like the main character. When I mean main character, I mean like the good guys main character. I know Toga's by, yes, Toga's by, which I think is super cool. I really like the Toga story. It's super sad, but it's endlessly hilarious to me because then what happened was every single one of the shippers, especially because a lot of the shippers were queer, right? We're like, no, it doesn't mean it like that. He doesn't mean it in a romantic way. If it was any other character, they would be like, oh, canon confirmed. This is their ship. You know what I mean? The ship has won. But they deny it vehemently that the one canon queer ship amongst the main character heroes is Toga, is Deku and Mineta. Which I
love the fact that they're like, do something with this, and they're like, here, have Mineta, and they're all like, no,
this is not what I wanted. I kind of that for me was a perfect like way of getting back at them for like, you know, harassing the voice actor, which I definitely know for a fact that like that definitely like made the author very upset when like the guys were harassing the voice actors.
Even to people like me, like there would be some people in my comments, which I can talk ad nauseum about some of the people who just drop some really unhinged stuff about my characters, either in my server or in the comments. And I like to read my comments, going through and liking the comments and just like seeing everybody who wants to say such nice things, and then you get like that one person who makes everything about sex.
I don't even mind that. Like again, like I don't like something that I find is that as long as the people are not doing like in a way to like harm anyone, as long as they're just having fun, they're just a little bit. Especially because there's a lot of people that are neurodivergent, right? It's not a lot like quantity wise, but it's like a significant percentage. And I try to be like, oh, you know, they're just having fun. But I've definitely seen that happen with like Rebecca when I was just starting out. That's like something that actually made me kind of insecure in my own relationship, because now I'm just like, it's a public relationship. Everyone knows about me and Nyla. But when I was starting out, I would like the people that I would work with, the people that I have just as friends would get like unhinged messages saying that like getting attacked for like even thinking that they were in a relationship with me, which I wasn't. But like I immediately make sure to like very much shut that down. And now we have like proper moderators and everything, and everyone knows that like, you know, you shouldn't be like that. Which that is not something that is not healthy. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't mind people being extra horny. Like, you know me, I'm fucking horny as shit.
Yeah,
I'm always talking about titty. I'm always talking about titty. Come on.
I would just think if it's like a little bit more like I'm a little more sensitive to stuff like that, especially when it's about like things I care about. So like you're allowed to be whatever you want to be, but like if you're gonna do something at like in my face about it, like that you know is gonna make me uncomfortable. Like if I ever had a
everyone has their own boundaries.
I could make it. I don't think I would be able to make it public, because I don't think I would feel okay with like someone talking about my significant other in a way like that, and that would just make me a little off put. But someone's gonna do it.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's a question that a lot of like adult VTubers have. That I've actually talked about this a few times in like other collabs. You don't have to make like not safe for work content. I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I'm comfortable talking about those things, so I'm fine. But even you don't have to like talk about that. You don't have to like put up with those comments. That is not consent. You know what I mean? So like,
and I've always made safe for work content, and on the YouTube I probably always will. I've just recently started like, you know, dipping my toes into NSFW, but like I don't think I ever am gonna like
fully commit.
Like they're gonna make that
never,
like my thing.
Never say
I mean,
never,
you
man.
know, with the right persuasion, you know. But like,
hey, everyone, listen. Enough money is enough money.
$20 is $20.
$20 is $20, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, buy me a private mansion and a jet. And maybe you'll say ooh woo a couple times on stream, you know?
I'm not gonna lie. I've sold feet pics once. Just once.
Just once, you know? But they're
For
out there now.
it was
They're floating
100
around.
pounds.
100 pounds? What the hell?
I'm not gonna lie. I did it for the memes, and part of it. But that is a dignity that I'm never gonna be able to restore. It was test subject. She's in here right now. I'm sure of it. It was test subject.
Oh god, exposed.
She makes sure she's very proud about that fact.
Oh, okay, but like they're out there now. Your feet are floating around out there.
It is. Unfortunately.
That's why I'm always like, everyone wants me to do a face reveal, and I'm kind of like, very few people from my channel have seen my face, and if my face is floating around out there, God knows what people are gonna do with that.
I don't really care. Man. Maybe that's something with me being Brazilian. Like I don't know. It's like something that I've never really related to. With like people in the US, and I'm not sure. I think it's like because in the US you have like a bunch of unhinged people with like the stalkers and everything. In Brazil, it's like who would take the time to like go on a weekday and stalk somebody? Dude, we got shit to do.
A much more sensical way of life. A much more.
No, it's just we gotta get shit done. We have to work. We don't have that much free time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, who cares? Like, if you see my face, like, I started my channel. I didn't have money to like get artwork, so I just put a random picture of my face because I didn't think this was gonna blow up. So like, for the first like 10,000 subs that I had, it was just a picture of me.
Oh boy, yeah, no. I'm just scared. Like, I assume the worst in people because, like, when I didn't and I started my channel, that's when the worst happened. Because I'm like, I think everybody's, you know, super, super nice. And then the worst people disguise themselves as really good people and decided to become really close to me. And then that's when I was like, yeah, now I take this public thing very, very seriously. Boy, have I got stories about the wackadoodles who hop into my email.
I do get some emails. I just flag it as spam. I just don't respond. Like, I don't mind responding in Discord. Even I even tell people, ping me whenever you want to read anything because I'm fine. I will respond. But if you go on my email, my business email, and you're like just try to send something and just like nah.
Yeah, no,
I don't know. I've never had that. I consider myself very lucky that I've never really had that. Like very rare occasions have I had to like step in and just like.
Yeah, no. Icy and I actually had one person stalk us both simultaneously.
How do you have that much free time? Like, dude,
I don't know,
dude. When I think about, I don't even have time to like. Just sit back and enjoy. I gotta work on YouTube. I gotta work on edit my TikToks. I've even hired an editor for like the YouTube channel because I don't have enough time to like sit down and do it myself. I stream every day. How do you have that much free time to just like fucking sit back and keep stalking people? Like, get a hobby.
Exactly.
Like I don't. Again, I don't mind the people that are like, you know, kind of like a little bit down bad. I get it. If they're coming from like a place, I have fun. Nyla sometimes gets jealous. Not gonna lie. Nyla gets jealous, and then she tells me like whenever you see somebody like when I like unretweet something or just like unlike something, it's just like Nyla got jealous. Which, you know, she's my girlfriend. I'm gonna accommodate to her, but it's, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like it's fine. I don't really care. But you know, at the same time, it's like
it's honestly like
everyone has their boundaries.
Because like I have crushes too, so like if I'm gonna basically be like, you know, talk to my crush, but I'm not gonna like jump in their DMs one day and be like, so licks lips. I've had dreams about
oh my god, dude. Let me tell you one time. I don't remember the guy. It was like a guy that he was like having issues with aloe, and he was like being like a weird guy. And he got like mega canceled for it. Like everyone was like dunking on him. And I remember like one of his calls leaked. And then somebody was like, boy. and then I caught a stray. I was like, I caught a stray. Somebody was like, oh, Kindred, he never reads this. Like, he never like accepts like his fan scripts because it's not good enough. And then I'm like,
fuck off.
wait, who are you again? And I went down and I digged the username, and then I saw like a really old thing of like somebody sending me. They're like, first of all, first message, role playing, and saying my voice was like a honey and like a wolf or something like that. I don't remember. I remember the honey and the wolf, and like that it was role playing. And I don't mind role play, but you gotta do it consensually. You know what I mean? That's why even there's like channels for role playing, right? You just don't come up on people's DMs and start role playing immediately. But anyway,
exactly. People would do that in the server, like in general, start trying to like role play weird.
But that's not even that's not even the thing. You do it with consent. You know what I mean? But that was like the thing. But then I take a look at the script and I was like, I saw the really old messages saying, "Hey, I really like your script. There's a few English errors. If you like, if you take a time to like correct it and everything, I'll definitely give it a look." And then they never replied. I was like,
yeah.
Saying that you should like, there's autocorrect for a reason. You can just turn that shit on. I'm not attacking you when I ask you that you at least put a little bit of effort if you want me to do your thing, because I'm not gonna keep. I take scripts because I think like people like want to do it and they'll have it fun. And it's just like something that we can do together, especially if you have a specific kind of character that you want to voice. It's fine. Like T-Drop was exactly like that. T-Drop was like someone that I met on Discord, and she did. If you don't know T-Drop, she did pretty much all the like big channels that I have, the big characters that I have: Tsundere Dragon, the Vampire, the Dilf. All those are T-Drop's creations. And she was just someone that I met from the chat. So like. Saying that you should turn on saying that you should turn on the autocorrect. It's not an attack on you, especially with the guy that you're like hanging out as a really weird guy.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know.
It's
a weird experience. It's a weird experience being I'm sure you can relate. It's a weird experience being a content creator like that. Because it's not like you're a celebrity. It's not like
you have an open line of contact with your fans.
Exactly. Like, I think that's like the thing. A lot of people like, I think they get like that because most creators like are very reserved. So whenever they see one, they're like over the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially I had the weirdest like awakening when like I realized, someone actually thinks of me as like their favorite YouTuber, and I'm like, oh,
that's really cool. So, like, you know what I mean?
I thought it was the coolest thing. Like that made me feel so like I felt seen, I felt verified, and then now that they have an open line of communication with me, they're gonna say God knows what. Like you talk about like the person you crush on, and it's like a fantasy. You most of the time you'll probably never be able to contact that person. People are able to contact me, and I've seen very interesting things.
Yeah, that's why with me as well, which is something that I like. I like that. Like one of my I always say this, and it sounds kind of cringy when I say it because it's like, of course you would say that, you're a streamer. But like genuinely one of the best things that I enjoyed about streaming is just like the fact that I can just talk to like all kinds of people, because I've met all kinds of people. Like I would say that's one of the best things that I ever had, is like the amount of like people outside of like my circles that I met, like just chatting on the chat, like animators, 3D sculptors, nurses, like Len is a nurse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know somebody from like my patron is 52. Like 50. Yeah.
I love meeting new
people.
You know
what I mean? And that's like really cool.
A couple of bad apples will ruin it for the bunch, especially because I'm a very cautious person. Because
like I
love meeting new people. If you're able to have a intelligent, nice conversation, and not completely go berserk and say the most out of cuff crap, and then when I say, look, I'm feeling uncomfortable, I need to go away, you're gonna take to some like Twitter or TikTok and try to say that I'm the worst person ever. That's happened more than once. Really? So I'm very scared about contacting people. Oh yeah, have I told you about
I've never really had that.
There was this one individual who was making I've talked like once in passing about like my twin. I have a twin brother.
Cool.
And so this person was creating videos that are very uncomfortable, mentioning my family and stuff. And so it was like very I was like, this is kind of making me uncomfortable. So I comment like, hey, this is kind of making me uncomfortable. I know you're a big fan of mine, but can you please stop? And then they just went off. They started calling me all kinds of random things on the internet, trying to rally up like a hate storm against me. And I was like, I just told you to please stop because you were making me uncomfortable. And so, like, I didn't want to know people like that existed until I got on the internet and had to see it firsthand. So now I'm like, I made the mistake once, so now I'm very, very cautious with who I talk to. So if anybody's randomly DM'd me, if you've gotten like a, hello, who is this? What do you need? It's not me being cold, it's me being cautious.
Yeah. Again, everyone has their own boundaries. It's not like it's not like a personal like I think like most people should understand like that when a creator has their boundaries, it's not a personal attack, it's just like something that's how they take their work, because at the end of the day, it is their work. Like, and this is coming from somebody that has very few boundaries. Like, I'm very loose, I'm very like open person. So, you know, I think especially for the people that are like from my community, they should understand that, like, you know, it's just a guy, you know. But you should also respect the people that want to stick to themselves. And you know, whatever they put out, they put out.
Understand that, like, we're people too. We're not just this personality on a screen.
I think
behind the screen, there's a person.
I have a personal theory for that I think it's very like, especially to people that like do ASMR, anime content, VTubers. Like VTubers and it's funny because this theory applies to both niches, which are very like anime centric, and I'm both. I'm an ASMR artist and VTuber. But it's like, it's like a lot of people have like, you know, the crushes on like the anime characters, the fantasy characters, the like animes, stories, movies. And when they have like a creator, especially like a VTuber of like an ASMR artist that voices, it's their voice on the characters, it's their voice on the stories, they kind of like project that sensation. But like I said, a fictional character can't suffer. A fictional character can't, like, you know, consent. So you can just do whatever you want. But a creator can, and you should respect it. Because at the end of the day, it is a person. So like, I think a lot of people forget that. And again, you mix that together with like some people that are neurodivergent, some people that are like, you know, just don't know a little bit of boundaries. And that's kind of like, I think, what happens. Because again, I don't like thinking that people are malicious. I just think that people are misguided most of the time. There are some people that are malicious, but it's most of the time it's just somebody that's just like taking things a bit too far. That's why, and my mods always yell at me. Shoko, and specifically, it's a friend of Nyla. He's also like a mod. He's a super chill guy. He's always he gives no shit. He just like immediately bans them. If somebody strays out of the line, just like clapped. And I'm always like, hey, I don't know, maybe they didn't mean it. And he's like, you way too softy.
Yeah, I've given too many people the benefit of the doubt, and so like at this point, I'm just kind of like, I want to assume that everybody has like the best at heart. But like, if you're making the people around me uncomfortable, and the people like, I want you to be happy, but I want you to be happy like over there.
I'm not gonna put my happiness over yours.
Like, it's I love all my fans, but then like, when someone takes it too far, I'm just kind of like, I want to be able to keep this open line of communication with my fans, because I think that's what makes this community very beautiful. It's just, I'm scared for myself.
Again, that's something that I always tell people, especially on the personal life. Like, you shouldn't put your happiness over like somebody else's, right? If you're uncomfortable, just do it. Like, you shouldn't like,
I've met
accommodate for that kind of thing.
Friends over this. Some of the people like most of the stories I'm writing nowadays, like now that my channel's sort of like transitioning into like its arc 2, since all of like my first ever videos are finally doing like they're reaching their climax. Like, I'm working with some people that I met through my Discord, through this YouTube channel, that are like writers, and they're just like me, and they're like some of the greatest people I've met. And, you know, I love that, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, no matter how many people DM'd me, hey, Siren, I want you to crush me with your thighs, you know?
Yeah, and again, there's some people that enjoy that kind of attention. It's just not for me. I don't like the audiences that I like the people that are horny, but again, I like the people that are like also responsible, right? It's like, and I don't like saying these things because I know it's annoying for the people that are Like, you don't want to be patronizing people because the people that are behaving, they don't get off of this, you know? Like, it's annoying to keep commenting on that. So, what I do is I usually try to be funny about it. So I always say, oh, if you want to be horny, you gotta be funny about it. And if you're not funny about it, you get banned. So it's always like sometimes somebody will do like a dick joke or like something like that. Or something of the sort. I'm just like, don't ban them, that was funny. It's fine. You know what I mean? Especially on TikTok, because I think it's like something that is also very like niche to TikTok, is that TikTok has a very notoriously younger audience compared to like YouTube and Twitch. YouTube and Twitch, you have a lot of people that are young, of course. You always do everywhere. But on TikTok specifically, you have a lot more people that are like young. You know, and when I say young, I mean like 15, 14, 16, 17, you know.
Yeah.
And neurodivergent, all that stuff as well, which compound. I think it's always like compounding things. You know what I mean? So it's a very unique thing to that kind of niche, which I think you can relate to.
Oh yeah. And I talk a lot about like, you know, the bad parts about this, but I think
it doesn't overshadow the good things.
Yeah, this is I wouldn't trade starting this like YouTube channel during quarantine for anything. It has been the greatest like blessing I've ever had. I've met so many amazing people. I've met so many other VAs that are like now friends of mine. I got to meet you, which were like, again, you were one of my inspirations, which I never thought I'd actually meet you. Like looking back at it now, I was like, oh, this dude, he's got so many subscribers. He's like totally out of my league.
Really? I always saw you as like somebody that was like growing alongside me. We didn't have like similar niches, but we started at the same time. We always have like similar sub counts. So I always saw ourselves like growing together.
I started this channel when you were at like I think like 10K or something like that. And so like I thought 10K was like so much, and I was like, bro, like I've watched this dude's videos. I don't think I'm ever gonna actually talk to him because, you know, like never. What are the odds you meet your heroes and stuff? But like now we're just casually talking on stream, and I'm just kind of like, you know, maybe
for me it doesn't feel like that because like again it was a very quick thing. Like it was very much like a quarantine boom kind of thing. So it never felt for me like it was anything else. It was just like something that I just do. I always just think about the content. That's why I've collabed with people that had like 10 people watching them on streams, and I've collabed with people that have like 400, 500. You know what I mean? And I had those as well. I have my peaks as well. I have my downside. But it like for me, and I always tell this. I've always told this story. I don't want to tell it again because it's kind of mushy. Like people like on quarantine. Again, I started this as a quarantine hobby, and it really like helped me not relapse into like a really dark time of my life.
Yeah.
And now it's my full-time job, so like again, I always consider myself very lucky. But I always find it like so fascinating, of like the things that I've met. I've met people, even like people like. For me, the people that I met that I was like, I used to listen to you as well, because like, you always saw we kind of started together, so like I always saw you more as like my bro, my kind of than my homie, than somebody that like. But I've met like Peaches that I used to like listen to. I don't listen to a lot of like ASMR. I've met Balmy, which is like a Dota player that I used to watch for like years before that, and he was like, I was just chilling on his Twitch, and he was like started talking, and we did like a Dota video where I did some voiceovers for him.
Oh,
it's kind of crazy like that. Iron Mouse once showed up on my Twitch, and I was like, wait, I've never fangasm. I've never had that because I'm not a big like I've met celebrities like TV celebrities on like in person before because I live in a country in a state in Brazil where there's like a really famous island that a lot of like these celebrities go, and it's super cheap for you to go if you are from the same state. So you know, I used to always meet them. It was like very uninteresting. But when I saw Iron Mouse on my stream, I fangasmed like crazy. I was like, and she was like, "Oh, nice voice," and I was like, "I think my voice is nice." And she says such a type. Oh my god, dude. Iron Mouse has like, because I've seen like Iron Mouse fangasm about like male VTubers and like Kitty Mecha, Banderas. I was like, You have you have a very specific type, and I find it very interesting, especially now that like Connor as well. She's like always fangasms about like Connor as well. That's Sea Dog VA. It's like you have such a type.
Oh goodness, yeah.
I find it hilarious. It was just one time. It's not close. Like it was just one time she showed up on my stream, and I'm never gonna forget that. That's the one time that I'm gonna be a fanboy, and that is it.
Yeah, like I never thought I'd even meet Icy, and now I play like Dungeons and Dragons with a guy. Like
Really?
he introduced me to his friend group, and it has another VA Gemini in it. Gemini's there, and we play
Playing D&D with
Dungeons and
VAs
Dragons.
is always very funny.
Oh, it's the best. I love that game because we're all ourselves in the game. It's like an isekai. So
Oh,
Isaac, if
really?
you're listening, thank you so much. So yeah, basically the whole thing is I was sitting at my recording setup and like I got teleported.
You guys
to
should stream that
Icy's
kind of thing.
fantasy
That usually
world.
goes super well for content. Like,
I wanted to do
if
a
you
Dungeons
wanted to
and
do that,
Dragons
you
stream
should go. You
one
should
day.
have to try it to start a new campaign. But like, if you were to do like
yeah.
that for streams, you get like a few artworks of your characters, and you just like DM a table like that. That would work super well. That pops off on YouTube.
I'm learning how to like DM because like I started watching Critical Role like a while back and I didn't know what D&D was, and then I just fell hard. And so now like I've learned like the chunk of the rules and like what you can do and like what the rules of cool and like just letting everything. I'm not afraid to say that I am a huge D&D geek at this point after a couple years.
I've always kind of liked D&D, but more for the story kind of thing. Like I've never played D&D, mostly because I don't have the time. I'm not gonna lie. But I've always taken inspiration, like my designs are taking inspiration. If you've seen my really old videos, you know what I'm talking about. Like the dragon is super inspired on D&D. The vampire is super inspired on D&D.
I love it because I just love like fantasy stories and stuff, like Lord of the
Oh
Rings.
yeah, I'm a
Hobbit.
huge
That
fantasy
is
guy.
my
I read isekai for the sole purpose that I'm a fantasy fanboy, and I don't care how shitty the isekai is. I will read it. Also,
I just want to go to like a fantasy world and like be like I want to be okay. You know how everyone dumps on like support classes and stuff? Your boy is, every time I play a game, all of my friends are usually like the tanks and the DPS, and I always choose support because that is like my favorite thing. I love being the healer. I play cleric. I'm always like the guy who just heals everybody, and you know, like, yeah, you go. That's just my thing.
On that support trope kind of thing, one that I really enjoyed was one that I saw like a isekai that was like supposed to be like a battle healer kind of thing, or maybe it was like a fantasy story. Where it was like the healers would be the tanks because they can heal themselves and they would just like power through. Doesn't matter if they like get their hand cut or like that kind of thing. And I wanted to see that implemented one time, but I never really thought how I could do a video about that. Again, it's a very specific kind of niche. But like a battle cleric would be like super cool. He would just like burst through.
Clerics are surprisingly tanky for being like the primary healer class. Like, if you had a team of nothing but
are you both
clerics,
VTubers? I don't. No. I'm a VTuber.
I haven't started VTubing. I don't know if that's.
Are you gonna start as well?
I mean, it's definitely like. Imagine somebody trying to rig my character into a VTuber model. That I don't think I want to put somebody through that kind of.
I don't think it would be bad. I don't think it would be that bad. Mine is a lot worse with the moving pods. Your character just has some things. You since you draw them yourself, it's just a matter of rigging. Especially now that there's like auto rigging in the new live TD thing, shouldn't be trouble at all.
I would love to, honestly.
Like the characters that are hard to rig on VTubers apparently are characters with like very many moving parts. If you have just muscles and like just a regular body, it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Honestly, I just want like facial movements and maybe like shoulder and hair.
And you don't have to like also something about it. You don't have to like make it full body. Making it full body, it's nice because it allows you it gives you the options. But you don't have to do it.
I don't necessarily want a full body, honestly, because I just want to like stream video games with like my friends and stuff, and just like if you just have my little.
If you even want something simpler, literally this month, there is like a new PNG tuber software that like is very flexible. It has like physics, but it's also like very simple. You don't need a camera for it. I believe it's PNG2 Plus. I don't know the exact.
I'm gonna have to look into it. And
I can give you the link
myself on
afterwards. It's super easy. It should be like something
Oh.
that you do in like 2 days tops.
that. Go for it. I
Anyway.
want to do. I just need to learn how to set up streams and stuff like that because I want to do stuff like this whenever I have free time. And I think like streaming like a Minecraft series, like just a survival or something, just the wacky hijinks, just showing people just how I am when I play games. I think that'll be fun. Maybe bring my twin in so people can like get completely brain fucked by, you know, 2 of me existing in the same world.
Although if I was you, I would not use like a character from your series. I would just make like an OC that's supposed to be you.
Yeah,
I think that would be like better.
probably. I have used this character as like my face for like everything, but it's very recognizable. I
mean, it's up to you at the end of the day.
If I do like because at the end of the day, I probably am just gonna like stream and I.
Have you guys done a collab yet? Oh,
character.
many times. Like we've collabed so many
collabed.
times. It's just that recently I've been like kind of using my my VTuber for like designs for characters. Even though the characters are supposed to be like all different characters, I'm using my VTuber as the design mostly for Brandon. I've had so many people on TikTok being like, hey, I went to follow your YouTube and I realized I already followed you. I just didn't know that was you. And it's just like, yeah, because on YouTube, I'm always speaking like, I'm always speaking like this, doing that kind of voice, that kind of thing, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And then you see me yelling, being a loud Latino himbo on TikTok. And it's just like, cool, of course they're not going to know.
But himbos are the best.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, goodness, yeah.
Cameron playing Minecraft.
I was doing that before because like I started like a realm just because I wanted one, and I'm gonna try to build like this big old castle in survival, just because I can, you know.
By the way, when's the Witch Hunter coming out? I don't know. I think somebody has sent me the script. It's just that I've never really. You have to keep in mind I've been so overwhelmed. If you've been like following my streams before, you know that I've been so overwhelmed. And that story is definitely one story that I still want to do it. It's just that I've kind of like, you know, haven't been able to give the proper attention. I don't want to do it half-assedly. I want to really properly take my time. Because the Tsundere Dragon, I think I'm already done. I don't want to like keep stretching a story, like run it in too thin. I wanted like, alright, they had their happy ending. And same thing with the vampire boss. However, like with the witch hunter, I definitely want to keep doing it. It's just that like I don't want to do it half-assedly. I want to like take the time and properly make sure.
Same here. I had like a whole year before I brought the next part of a series back because I didn't know how I was going to do it. All I know is that I needed time to figure out how to do it right. And it's just like in the meantime, everyone's asking for like, you know, part 27 of Thresh, blah, blah, blah. You know? It's, you know,
again, I always something that I think you will relate is like, sorry, I keep interrupting people. you can talk. Sorry, I have ADHD and sometimes I feel excited to talk about something. I saw somebody comment. I saw somebody comment on the stream that I did with Icy that was like, oh, Kindred keeps interrupting him. It's like, I'm sorry, I know that I keep doing it. I have ADHD, I'm sorry. That's why I think I told you this, right? You can just, I think I told you this on Discord before. Like, you can just interrupt me.
Look, I honestly, this is your stream too, and I'm not gonna like talk over you or anything, but like you don't have to worry about talking over me. For one, I talk a crap ton, so like this is good for me. Two, I like it. I like it when you go on your little tangents. I think it's nice. So
again, unmedicated ADHD.
I'm not easy to piss off. So you just do your thing, and I'm gonna sit here and enjoy the time that we get to talk together because I haven't talked to you in a hot second. So this is nice.
What was I saying anyway? I kind of forgot about it now. I'm not even joking. I genuinely forgot about it.
Witch Hunter.
What was I doing? Witch Hunter.
Characters.
Oh, right. It's like I think with videos, especially with like ASMR videos, once people have their favorites, I think like they tend to like only listen to their favorites and really like not like, I feel like people get really attached to their favorites when it comes to like ASMR. And I feel like that myself. I'm always like that as well. I'm also like that. So since it's like that, I feel like people would, I feel even if they complain, I think like it's better for them if you take the time and make sure the work is like proper quality, then you just rush it out of the door and you just like, it's just like every other video, you know what I mean? It's like what, that's why the reason why I think you don't do it as well. Like, you don't do just like daddy roleplay pushes you down, all that stuff. It's just like always the same video with just like different words of the same video, same story, same tropes, even same pictures sometimes, if you're taking them from Pinterest.
Yeah, I gotta, with my channel, it's all like, I'm brain is Rice Krispies right now. For me to make a video, it has to impress me. Like, I've completely scrapped a video when I was done editing it simply because
me
felt
too.
Like this was not of quality.
That happens all the time. I have 3 folders on my desktop right now. One is a villain video, one's the Eldritch video, and one's the comic dub. All of them are just like, I'm probably gonna delete this because this is not up to my standards. And people, and then I get anxious because I think people worry that I'm not working, but it's just like I like putting my best. I know that my videos are not, every video is not going to be perfect. That's something that I know, especially because if you look at my old videos with the old microphone, god damn, is it a difference with like the quality.
I need to get a new one.
I always like to put the best that I can at the time. And that's something that I feel like a lot of artists struggle. Nyla struggles with that a lot. If you just let her draw, she's gonna keep drawing the same drawing over and over again because she's like, I can do better. I can do better. I can do better. I can do better. And it's just like, I always keep telling her that's not healthy. But I don't like putting something that is just like, oh, this is just to like fill a roster of videos. No, you're not gonna see me doing that. Even though that might be fallacious because it's just like, do you really think your videos are that good? But it's like, I'm putting my best. It's not gonna be the best, but it's gonna be my best. And I'm not gonna put something that I'm unhappy with, even if you know. And again, I understand that works well because again, people have their favorites. So like, it's not like whenever you, especially for me now that I'm making like a lot of one shots, it's not gonna matter. Like, people are just gonna keep coming back to like the ones that they're attached anyway. So it's better to make sure that the new ones are up to the same par standard so they can become new favorites.
Oh,
you know,
do you ever catch yourself going back and watching your old videos and just like going like, oh god?
Not really. I actually have like a really old video that I'm super proud of. What I do have that is like with the equipment, because again, I have a studio microphone now. I have like a TLM 103 Neumann. So it's
Your
like
boy's still working off a Blue Yeti.
You're working off of a Blue Yeti. That was kind of rough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it was it was the best that I had at the time. But that doesn't mean it's good, especially for now. Especially for now standards.
I'm a cheapskate.
I do not hold expenses. When it comes, I am a very cheap person. I'm very frugal when it comes to like my personal life. That's why I've been going to work out with like a ripped shirt. There's like a rip on the chest because it's just like, it's still a good shirt. It's just a little bit ripped. But
thanks for the mental image.
The equipment, I never spare expenses. Like, I will buy the best that I can afford with the money that I have, so I can make sure that my work is not going to be hindered by like a lack of equipment. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna waste money, but I'm always like, I like, that's something that I used to like do as well. When I started like monetizing my work, because my videos were not monetized even before I reached partner, just because it was like a hobby that I used to do. That's why I used to like not even pay for artworks. When I started doing, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this properly. So I started like hiring artists. You know, I did like the stories. I even paid to cheat T-drops sometimes. But she was like, it's fine, I don't really care. She just does this as a hobby. And I also didn't like want to pressure her because she was like looking, she was like, I think she's fine with me saying that. She was like, now she has a kid, but that was when she was looking to have a kid. So, you know, I'm not gonna be like, hey, good luck on your pregnancy. Did you finish the ASMR script that we were talking about?
Get back to work.
You know what I mean? That's something that I always like tell. I think she like reached out to me, but she never really like talk about it. So I don't want to like bother her again.
I'm always self-conscious about my own art too, which is why like
you just gotta leave it. You just gotta put a deadline to it. That's why I tell Nyla. It's just like, you finish this, you're right. You don't go back to it. Don't go back. It doesn't matter if there's things you can do better. Do better in the next time. Don't go back to old artwork, because otherwise you're gonna be always doing it over and over and over again. It's not gonna be healthy for you.
Yeah.
Nyla does this all the time. That's why I have to tell her it's good enough.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things though. It's just like a personal thing. Like, you want to put your best foot forward as an artist.
I understand.
You want people to see the little it's just fully fleshed out, and you always gonna look back at your art and you're like, oh crap, I drew something wrong, or I forgot something. But people are just gonna look at it and be like, you know what, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like that one meme.
No,
it's like that one meme of like, somebody going on like, it's like that one like really old meme of like, oh my god, my cake is not that good as the other cake. And then somebody comes in and is like, oh my god, 2 cakes.
It's glass half full, glass half empty kind of people, you know.
Mm.
Sadly, I'm a shy boy. I'm a little pessimist. I'm a little ooh woo, but I'm getting there.
Mm.
It's been a while since I've been on stream. I'm really enjoying this. Seeing everybody like type in chat.
That's the best thing for me. I know that people get kind of shy, like especially when you're doing the fan service. Like, my best thing is just like when I see somebody in the chat, it's just like we talk back and forth. Right now on collabs, I always tell them like I'm gonna give more attention to like the guest. So I'm not gonna be like as actively as I used to do, because I read every single message. It doesn't matter if there's like 100, 200. I even had like 400 people on stream one time. And it's just like, I read every message. It's very hard. But like, you know what I mean? That's like the thing that I like the most. I think that's the thing that I've really like made me like streaming, is the conversations, because like, you don't know who's gonna show up on your chat. You know what I mean? And some people are not comfortable with that. Some people prefer to like, again, streams comes in all shapes and sizes. Like, some people are like the D&D streams. Some people have like streams where they're just like, oh, I'm a pro player. I'm not going to talk to you. You can watch me if you want to. Same thing with artists as well. And I'm not like that. I'm like, if you wanted to watch a YouTube video, you watch a YouTube video. If you're here, talk to me. Like, I love talking to people.
I'm a people person.
You know what I mean?
I want to have a conversation with all these people.
And I've never, as much as I am shy in person, especially on DMs and like in person, I've never really felt shy while on stream, because, you know, if you're here, you enjoy. If you're here, you're enjoying yourself. Like, if you didn't like, it's even with haters, it's just like, dude, if you didn't want it to be here, you wouldn't be here. Like, I will give you attention. You don't have to be like that. and then, you know, for content as well, you'd be like, oh, don't worry about it. I can be the father figure that you never had. I know you're angry. And it's just like, life is not fair, but you don't have to lash out to me. That really gets people pissed off. Again, I'm a little shit sometimes, but you know.
I love trolling the haters though. That's why like everyone's like, you know, when someone DMs you something, just instead of trying to drum up drama, just delete the DM. I'm like, no, I can't. I have to like
No, I don't do that on DMs. I don't even like read DMs. Like, if you want to talk to me, you ping it on the Discord for everyone to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's also something that I think like kind of helps as well with like not having those kind of things, because if you're doing it in front of everyone, it's not really gonna be that hard to like be a little freak. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, Gemini's in the stream. Yes.
I'm also putting some like, I know this is supposed to be on ASMR streams. That's why I'm speaking kind of softly. I'm always putting some like Animal Crossing lo-fi. Best thing to do to not get copyright is just like you put video game music.
Oh boy, yeah, no.
Although I saw like a site like a website that you can buy licenses for like single videos on YouTube. So you can buy like Dua Lipa and just put Dua Lipa on a video, and it's a single video license, but it's like $5. And I was like, I would definitely put some Dua Lipa on my videos. You know what I mean?
I should probably look into that because like sometimes I won't release cinematic music for like certain scenes, and I'm like,
yeah. I mean, I have like the
very
signature.
specific
I have this
idea.
the subscription for like Epidemic Sound as well, which has some really good stuff. But sometimes you really want to put some Dua Lipa.
I'm gonna have to look into Epidemic Sound. I've heard many great things about it.
Yeah, I like the YouTube library, but I feel like the Epidemic Sound, it's like the same thing, but like more complete. Like for example, I was looking for like a slap. And there is one on YouTube library, but it's just like a very, it doesn't sound as good as the other one, as the paid one. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of like, you don't have to, but it's also not expensive, so you know, really up to you.
Yeah, I sometimes go over the top with sound effects, especially with these new series that I'm coming out with.
Oh my god, dude, please teach me. I'm so bad. All my videos are just my voice, and rarely there's like a sound effect or just like an ambiance. That's it. I never do sound effects. And I feel like, especially the not safe for work videos, they really need sound effects.
Oh yeah, is slapping your thigh just, you know, like,
I can't do that because my microphone is like a voice microphone. So it has like noise gates and stuff like that, and I don't want to miss that kind of thing. I was really wondering to like, I was really like looking to like hire somebody to help me do like sound effects. But I was like, I was unsure how I could be on Twitter being like, hey, how do you even go about that? You know what I mean?
It's my mic. Whenever I do a click or a pop sound, my mic just tells me to shut up.
Oh, my microphone cuts the volume. If there's any like loud volumes or anything too quiet, it just like cuts it.
Mine tells me you're being too loud, but we're keeping it anyway. I hope you lick your corrupted files, you biatch. So it's definitely more of a, I just go around and I find really cool sound effects, and I just try to make it as cinematic as possible. I try to find some like D&D music that people have like
someone that is really good with sound effects is Icy. Like Icy's fight scenes are really good. It's something that I've never done. I've never done like videos with like proper fight scenes because I'm not good at sound effects. But Icy's really good. His series of like his Mafia series, like the fights feel really nice.
Bro is creative AF.
Yes. Like, and I love his Caleb character. He's such a fucking asshole, and I love voicing him. I love voicing villains in general. Like, I'm a little bit sadistic as a person, and I get to put that out on my villains, and it feels so nice. It's like that character that you love to hate.
Some days you just
and with the sound effects, I am so jealous. I'm not gonna lie. I can't even hide it. I am so jealous of his like sound effect work.
Yeah, Icy. Bro, he's phenomenal DM. Bro has created the best Dungeons and Dragons game I have ever been in. You could ask Jim. Everything is just like, that dude he's got the eye for cinema. He just knows how to immerse you. Like in the opening of my game, when I first got teleported to like their little D&D world, I was set in like this sort of like Shire like little hamlet, and he played like the Shire music from Lord of the Rings, and he really had great world building, and I just felt like it was like, I was so happy because I'm like, I actually feel like I'm in a little like medieval village.
Absolutely.
So dude's got a talent. Especially the bad guys, I really agree with what you said in the villains. My villains are always sort of like the, you know, like sadist, like super intelligent, but always kind of like sassy sort of villain. That's my go-to villain.
Yeah, that's usually what I default to as well. Although usually I don't do like villains. Usually I do like funny kind of villains. Like the villain where it's just like darkness is the character, and it's just like, stop ruining my moment. Sometimes I've recently done a yandere. But I don't think yanderes and villains are the same thing.
No, yandere is just...
Yandere is just like more intense
thing.
I don't even do the fucking weird yandere. I just do a very light yandere. I'm just like...
I feel like people use yandere like very provocatively. They're just like they don't even like
It's
know
also a
what a
keyword.
yandere is.
It's also a good keyword,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a good keyword. For
so if your
clickbait,
character is
so-
even just a little bit like on the darker side, you'd be like, yeah, it's yandere, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I never wanted to mislead somebody, so I'm very descriptive with my titles. You know what you're getting when you click into it. It's literally living with a bull man. Like that's you get what you get, I guess.
I've always been like kind of insecure because like it took me a very long time to find a style for my thumbnails. I think I settled down on a really good one recently, like a very simple kind of design. But I don't know, it's just like sometimes I do things different and then they work, and sometimes I do things differently and then they don't work, and it's just like I'm always it's something that I have a lot of security with like my TikTok. I feel like I know what I'm doing. On Twitch as well, I feel like I know what I'm doing. On YouTube, I always like get insecure. Like I never really know what I'm doing. I have like good notions. I have been doing this for 3 years now. But like,
yeah, I mean, yeah,
it's kind of hard. I don't know. I've been hoping that one day I'll be able to find like a good manager or like a agency that I can like join. But I don't know. It's just that it's like the good thing about being indie is that you do make a lot more money if you were indie and you're doing good, because you know you don't have to like worry about an audience agency.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's so much work, and it's like I just want to focus on the content. I don't want to like have to deal with like, you know, if the what is the word?
Payroll.
Not really the payroll. The payroll has been fine. I've been very lucky with the people that support me. And again, I only need enough money to pay my bills, and that's it. It's about like taking a look at statistics and being like, what is the best optimal time to stream? What day should I stream? Because that way I always feel like I can do more. Like today I've been feeling like, man, I should really like stream on like after finishing here, I should like at least stream it sometime on Twitch, because I've been doing really good and I need to keep the steam up. But at the same time, I don't want to burn myself out, because then it's not interesting to watch me, and then I'm like, it's gonna be doing all this for like no reason. And if it's out of my hands, it's out of my hands. That's why I think like an agency provides that kind of comfort for me. But I can't say being indie also has with like a lot of like things, because if you're doing well, and I think I'm doing pretty well, and I can't really, again, I make sure to stress this so people always know I'm very grateful to everyone that support me. I have enough money to even invest, and I think that's like a very lucky thing to say as a content creator. I know I don't, let's say that's why I never judge people that take like Raid, Shadow Legends sponsors, even though I hate those kinds of sponsors. I don't judge them. I know that sometimes life can be hard, and I'm not gonna be like, you know, you take your dough. You know what I mean? For same reason with like, for example, NPCs on TikTok. I hate the NPC TikTok trend. I find it so reductive, so annoying. It's not even just because it's cringe. I just find it like bad content. It's just like content that's like, it's empty content. But the people that are doing it, they're just getting money. I'm not gonna like say no if you're gonna do it. Like, you get your dough, you know what I mean?
I honestly agree. Like, I don't have to agree with it, but like, if you're making money from it, most people aren't gonna be like, wait, you pretend to be a bull man on the internet? And I'm like, okay, but...
I mean, let's be honest. Online content is cringe by nature. Unless you're like a documentary or like a how-to channel, chances are it's gonna be cringe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we are all cringe here, okay? You don't, like, it's like the same thing whether you see like K-pop stans calling VTubers cringe, and it's just like, we are all cringe here. What do you mean?
The world is cringe.
We're just a different label of cringe. Don't think yourself better, okay?
We didn't start the fire.
You were born. You only accepted the cringe. I was born in it. I can't do like a fucking Bane voice to save my life.
So, it appears you're a hypocrite, eh? Well.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's... but I mean...
Again, like I said, I feel like I saw somebody say this. It kind of like really... Wait. Sorry, I was yawning. I saw somebody say this, and it really like stuck out to me. I saw somebody say this, and it really stuck out to me. Gen Z, the new Gen Z, is really similar to boomers. The new Gen Z is really similar to boomers in a way that they really don't like breaking anything from the norm. Like, they will be like very eager to call anything different cringe. And that is a very similar attitude to like boomers, in the sense that like anything different is scary. I don't like it. I don't want it. You know what I mean?
Fancy old Jimmy Jammers.
Again, if you're not hurting anyone else, I'm a very light person. If you're not hurting anyone, if you're not hurting anyone else, you can do whatever you want. If you want to be a furry or otaku, always been that way. Which when I was younger, it used to like label me the weird kid. But now that I'm like an adult and I still think the same, is like, all right, I guess you like really just believe that. But it's like, as long as you're not hurting anyone else, you know what I mean? You do whatever you do, what you like makes you happy. You only get one life. Like people sometimes people sometimes forget how short life is. You never know tomorrow.
It is what it is. I think, you know, if there's something innocent that makes you happy, if somebody tries to dog you on what you like, that's just them rubbing off their insecurities on you. It's innocent, you like it, it makes you happy. Don't worry about it. Live your life, be who you are.
Exactly.
I know what it's like being the weird kid, because yeah, I grew up in a very interesting neighborhood, and being what I am, everyone's just kind of like, oh, you know, we knew before, and that's why we didn't like you. And I'm like, sayonara. I'm like, I have over 60,000 friends now. What do you have?
Hello, Sammy. Haven't seen you in a while. Hello, Lynette. Wise words of Siren. I mean, it's true. It's just like when you're young, that's a very normal young worry, right? When you're young, you're not like secure in yourself. You're always like trying to like. It's funny. When you're young, you're always trying to fit in. You don't want to be different. You don't want to like break from the norm because you don't want to be the weird one. You don't want to be the outcast. And when you grow up, you try to like be different. You want to stand out. You don't want to be part of the crowd. You want to be different.
Yeah.
And then you grow up, you just start to realize like no one ever gave a fuck from the beginning. So just like do whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, growing up, there was this one guy my age, and everyone's like, "You should try to be like that person. You're so like, don't be like what you are now. Try to be like that person. Like that was the idol. That was the pinnacle of my masculinity. What I should have been like." And then, fast forward like 10 years, and like, he's got himself in a real fine pickle, and I'm over here like, yeah, I'm traveling the country just because I can.
For me, I don't know. I've always been like a single child. So I've always kind of done myself. You know what I mean? I've always kind of done myself. It's just like I stopped like it's at like I think like the closest thing that I ever got was like kind of like hoping to ever settle on like a plan. Like for example, like I in 2016 I dropped out of med school, and I was like, all right, you know, like I'm gonna. All right, you know, I'm gonna like start like law school, and I'm gonna try to set this for my life. And then then quarantine happens, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get this channel as a hobby. And then, all right, the channel popped off. I think I'm gonna make this my main thing, and I'm gonna finish law school.
Yeah.
And then, all right, I'm gonna move cities to like a state that I don't know anyone. And all right, I'm gonna go back to it. There's always been so many big changes that I've kind of gotten numb to them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I've moved cities 4 times to all over Brazil. I've moved like jobs so many times that it kind of like lost all purpose to me. So I just like I do what goes what makes me happy, and if I can make a living off of that while I'm doing so, then even better. You know what I mean?
I'm just a super big scaredy cat. Like I'm afraid of my own freaking shadow. Like while I started this channel, I was starting my schooling for becoming a radiologic technologist, X-ray guy. And so the entire time I've been creating videos, I've also been studying my butt off to complete certification for X-ray. And I just recently did, which is why I moved out. And now I'm free to do my own thing. And I'm scared because like I want to start this channel as like my primary thing. But also like it's very unpredictable, and I'm so scared that I need like a steady source of like I don't want something bad to happen, and I'm very scared, and I want assurance and something to fall back on. And so like it's gonna be another strain to my schedule, but like I want to also work while I do this. As much as I trust this, and as much as this has supported my life so far.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be a gremlin.
I'm just so scary.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be a gremlin.
Go be a gremlin.
Wait, let me pull it up on the screen so you guys can see it as well. I saw somebody on Twitter post this. Wait, not this one. I think it's this one. Wait. Window capture. There you go. Saw somebody post this on Twitter. Being a boyfriend ASMR artist is pretty much like menstruating all by yourself, beautiful. Doing period comforts.
Oh,
I'm gonna put the same. I'm gonna open up Photoshop and I'm gonna put the same thing, and I'm gonna put my character, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna put what size of pussy do you have for a tampon? I'm gonna buy you for one. I'm gonna buy one for you.
That's something I never really got. Like there's certain sensitive topics, and like somebody's probably looking for that, but like
I mean, it's like
I do
pretty much my line of thought when I was doing this. Of course, I've already talked about like, I wanted to be a little bit different than the norm.
Yeah.
But my line of thought was like when I was really at bad periods of my life, and I'm not gonna talk about it because I don't want to trigger anyone. I know that shit can be very easy to relapse. But my comfort from ASMR was like, even if you just like listening to a story that like gets your mind off of like your preoccupations, that already works. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what I usually do is like stories that either like immerse you in a fantasy, or stories that like get you out of your like own reality. To provide you in some comfort, some like, or either comfort or fantasy, or just simply that like gets you out of your own like life, that you can immerse yourself just to like have a moment of relaxation. You know what I mean? And that's how it worked for me, so I just do it for the same thing, but gender bent pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, that's sort of my whole thing. Like I love escapism during a real interesting part of my life when I was trying to like reconcile.
I'm trying to think of like an artwork to like do the pussy. What would be a good artwork? God damn it! I'm trying to think. Wait, I'm not joking when I'm saying I'm gonna do this.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
I have so many artworks, but they're either like not safe for work, meme, or just like handsome boy. I need to get myself some more like meme artworks that I can use.
I've got amazing artists as friends, and every time I say something, somebody draws something, and they turn it into a whole thing. Like, I know on Twitter we had this whole thing where I loved baby seals, like that's my favorite animal, and one of my friends pretended like he was stealing the seal, and so we had this whole sort of like Twitter rant about like who gets custody over my baby seal. And it turned into a whole thing. People drew a bunch of art for it.
I'm gonna use Shoko's art. Wait. Did I use this one? Did I use this one? Wait, why is it not showing up? There you go. Did I use this one? I don't know. This one doesn't feel like it needs to be like a sexy boy because of like the
like
because of the I forgot the name in English. The vampire story. The Twilight. Because of the Twilight meme.
Yeah.
It needs to be like a sexy, like handsome boy, and it's just like that stupid fucking thing. I think it's gonna make it funnier. What about this one? You think this one is good?
Let's see.
This one is a bit too yanderish though.
I mean,
I don't think this fits.
I guess, but
also have to be careful not to open like a not safe for work one.
Oh yeah, just give everybody a little heart attack real quick.
Immediately getting banned. I once got a strike because that's not me. That's my fault. I rendered the because I always render two versions of my audios, one for YouTube and one for Patreon. It's the same audio, but like either the ending cropped where it starts being like, you know, not safe for work, or I just censor the naughty bits. And then I recorded the video and I rendered both of the ones, but then I rendered the video with the Patreon version. Then YouTube like immediately clapped out. To this day, I still have like a warning on my timeline, my dashboard.
Yeah,
that is because of
where is the badge of honor?
That is because
I
of
don't know
that video.
why. By all accounts, YouTube should be literally attacking me for like my thumbnails. Like, I draw a bunch of shirtless individuals, and I haven't gotten a single.
I get that all the time.
complaint, not
It's so
once.
annoying. I think it's the tone as well, the tone that you speak. Which I again don't understand because I'm wholesome. I promise.
You
I
just
promise. I
inherently-
promise. I'm wholesome. It just really doesn't look like it.
I mean, I can talk like this, like the
Oh God! Please
stereotypical
no!
anime
Please no!
boy.
Don't do it. So cursed.
Let's go on an adventure. I'm feeling adventurous.
Oh God! Why?
Are
Oh,
you sure
God.
you don't want to demonetize me, YouTube John?
I can't. This is physically hurting me. I think I took a couple years off my life by doing that.
Oh. That is rough.
Friendship
damn it.
ended. Stream over.
Trying to think of like a good artwork. It needs to be like a serious one. I know this one. This one is gonna be good with the Twilight one.
I love that Claire knew exactly what voice I was trying to do.
It's Deco, isn't it?
It's Nagito Komaeda from Danganronpa.
Like some random. Be like a good background. Need a back. I'm just gonna. Okay. There you go.
There it is. He's a handsome boy. With beautiful collarbones. Oh my. Ooh
Yeah.
la la.
Again, Nyla's super talented. She's really amazing. That's why I always say we're the dynamic duo. You know, I do the voice, she draws.
You make a wonderful couple.
What is the bucket? Oh, kind of forgot. There you go. No? Oh, there you go.
Look, Claire, I love Danganronpa too, okay? I literally had a whole phase that I'm not sure I clawed out of. I'm literally Kickstarter backing, like, a fan game because it's just more Danganronpa.
I'm gonna add like a little. There you go. Like this. It's good for a meme. Alright. What is the font?
Comic Sans. Italic. That's the sexiest font ever. Really gets me going. Hot and bothered, you know? When someone speaks to me and
That is disgustingly cursed. It's beautiful.
I love him. I want huggies. Can I have huggies?
That is so disgustingly cursed. It's beautiful. Straight in all by yourself. Beautiful.
Oh goodness.
It's
This is,
it's perfect.
it's wonderful.
It's
It
beautiful.
Really, it's a statement, is what it is.
It really
It is a
is.
statement.
It
It
really
shows
is.
the.
I don't want to cover the collarbones though.
Yeah, please don't. I'm looking at those. you
I'm gonna put it
rudeness.
like this. Nyla's gonna hate this when she sees it.
Oh goodness. Yeah, no.
Nyla's gonna
Just whenever
hate this
whenever
when
it's
she
Shark
sees
Week,
this.
just send her that.
There
Really
you
piss her
go.
off.
And then lower the.
I can do the
That is so
menstruating all by
disgusting.
yourself, beautiful.
Menstruating all by yourself, beautiful.
Menstruating all by yourself, beautiful.
We are so. What the
No, you
fuck?
gotta do the fucking Valorant e-boy voice. Menstruating all by yourself, beautiful. Like they always like like doing this kind of voice, making it deep. And it's like, oh god. I'm gonna take this stroke away.
Menstruating all by yourself. Beautiful.
That is so disgustingly cursed.
It is.
Why are we doing
this?
this?
Disgusting. I don't know, but I think
We're already here, we might as well.
it's gonna go in a museum. You know that, right? It's like some
Oh, there
art
you go.
person is gonna walk up to it with like
Fuck.
a glass of wine and
I had the
glasses,
perfect
and they're gonna be
sample
like, it's a statement about the mortality of man. You know. It's such a timeless piece about the human condition.
It is truly beautiful. Wish I could find the
Works of
font.
art.
Wait, let me go get the font. I need it to be the same font. Adobe font.
Shark bait.
It's like there's like a Adobe thing that you can find the font that you want, like an image.
Just steal it.
No, it's an AI. It, like helps you find the font.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
I would have liked to
Whenever
know about that, like,
see a font I
year
like, I
ago.
just like search it on it, and I just like, you know, grab the font.
So, oh, Conj, please don't torch the Minecraft server.
There you
I
go.
literally was just there.
There you go.
I'm printing this out and I'm hanging. I'm printing it out and I'm hanging it all around the office.
She's so cursed. She's gonna. That's so.
Ew, we're talking about dirty stuff. Ah.
Oh my god, that is so disgustingly cursed. It's beautiful. It is
it's
truly. It's
honestly-
truly a masterpiece of like.
It is. It is. It is.
But
But you're covering up the collarbones and all I'm getting is booba crack. Which isn't terrible.
I
because-
always keep yelling at her, telling her to like make the titties bigger.
Oh my, bigger.
Yes.
You're gonna have back problems when you're 40.
Hey, I want my titties to be to scale. I'm gonna put this like this, so it just doesn't cover the.
I think it's odd that I look nothing like my character,
I need to.
and you've got the booba.
You know what I'm gonna do. Fuck it. Don't want to cover the. I don't want to cover the titties. I don't want to cover the titties. I'm not gonna cover the titties.
Don't cover the titties. That's the money makers.
There you go.
That's
Straight in all by yourself. You sell. I just realized it's that typo. I'm not going to fix it. I just realized the typo. I am not going to fix it.
Use generative fill AI just to see what the fuck comes up.
Oh, there you go. No! Fuck!
What
I
happened?
forgot to save. I hate that Photoshop. Ever since they made a new update, the Photoshop takes like a half a second to fucking save.
I'm gonna take this time to also
It
say,
fucking always never like saves it.
I like your arm tattoo. That was very cool.
Is it?
Oh, it's dope as hell.
That's very sweet. Thank you so much. I really like the arm tattoo as well.
It is so nice. Like, I draw tattoos all over my characters because I love tattoo. I am so scared in real life about getting one. I want one.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong.
You just
But,
do it.
like, butterfly tramp stamp right over the ass.
Like, just do it.
I'm just scared about the permanence.
all by yourself. Yo.
You do it again.
I'm gonna do it again just because, again, it was meant to be. First time I did a typo.
Someone who isn't watching the
Um,
stream is gonna see that and be like, "What the fuck did happen in there?"
Nah, I'm pretty sure the people that follow me on Twitter, they're already used to this kind of shit.
I mean, yeah. And I'm just
The people that
alive for
follow
the
me on
ride.
Twitter, they kind of used to two things. They're kind of used to me just dropping like a not safe for work artwork every now and then, and they're used to me posting cringy memes.
Oh, don't worry,
whenever
I
I'm
follow you.
Impulsive.
I've seen them.
There you go.
Goodness gracious.
Why is it so? There you go. No, that's not what I wanna.
I'm just a little harbinger of chaos sitting on your shoulder.
I think you're more in for the ride, cause I do this shit on a regular.
Oh goodness. They're gonna clip this
There you
stream, and I'm
go.
gonna see a whole bunch of clips of myself, and I'm gonna be like, ah.
I'm gonna save this time. I'm not gonna close Photoshop until it does. It takes like half a second for the export to come out, and I always fucking hate that. Because it's like... It didn't used to be like that. It didn't used to be like that. There you go. We got it now. Can I post this? Wait, why is it being
My group chat
weird?
is going off.
Why is it being weird like that? Oh, it's because of the scale. There you go.
Whenever you were in the Photoshop, it put my PNG right over your character's titties. So I was just
Don't
little
you.
Siren sitting there in a lap of luxury.
I had to.
Thank you.
There you go. I posted it.
Oh.
You self. It's so stupid.
Oh goodness. I love my friends. I love people.
Where is it?
Life.
Wait, why is it not showing up on the thing? What? Why is this not showing up on the thing? There you go.
We're gonna look back at this one day and we're gonna laugh.
It's beautiful. I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it any other way.
That's a thumbnail right there. You gotta drop that on April Fools or something.
I can put this on the screen right now. I don't think
Oh,
it's gonna
God.
be. I don't think it's gonna be like good for YouTube, but I would do it. Anyway, it's fine. It's a masterpiece. It is. It genuinely is.
I can appreciate, as an artist, I appreciate
Oh,
your
Nyla
art,
hates
and
that.
is
Nyla hates that every time I do it.
whenever you use her art for a meme.
No, she hates that every time I do like a curse meme.
Oh no.
Especially because graphic design is my passion, and
Sorry, Nyla.
she's a designer, like as a job. It's beautiful.
I've been honored to be so graced with that image in my lifetime. I think I could die a happy man now.
Man, straight. I'm gonna put this on a video. I'm gonna put this on a
Oh,
video. I'm gonna
God.
put like men's
in credit scene.
men's rating all by yourself. Beautiful. Let
It's
me
that
take care
time of the
you.
month again. Let's light a candle.
So stupid. It's so dumb.
Would you like tummy rubs? Oh fuck. I bet that hurt. Shit, I'm sorry.
It has to be like a really serious picture as well to like keep in spirit of the fucking Twilight meme. Oh, you should have seen the shirt designs that I made. It's that's the thing that like kind of upsets me because we've made so many collabs that were like super fun and like weird streams that were super fun, and the thing is that like a lot of them didn't turn to videos because I didn't have an editor. So I just cut it like a TikTok and that was just it. Like for the stream. Now I added like whenever I have a collab or something that I feel like would make a good YouTube video, I just like actually hire an editor and it's like you know, like chop it down and like make it into a proper video. I'm never doing this. I told you she was gonna hate it. Wait.
Oh, oh no.
Wait, there you go. She was like,
where's she at?
wait, where is it? She was like, I'm never doing free art for you again.
Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nyla. I'm sorry. I tried
she
to
knows.
stop him.
Listen, she knows what she signed up to. Okay, she knows what she signed up to.
He has me tied up in his basement and held against my will. I mean, he forced me to sit there while he made that. I tried to stop him. I did. God's honest.
She knows what she signed up to. You know what I mean?
Ooh, is that a double nut?
Anyway.
Anyway, it's the cursed stuff like this that really just makes hanging out fun.
It's beautiful. It really is.
it's so random, but I live for the random. That's my constant neutral state of being is WTF. The chat's just going crazy.
Anyway, you wanna wrap things up?
Oh yeah.
I bet.
Getting sweepy. Are you getting sweepy?
I mean, we've been here for like 2 hours now.
I know. Time freaking flies.
Mm-hmm. It really does fly when you're having fun. Yeah, if you want to call up again any day, it's like super chill. On YouTube, it has to be more of like an ASMR kind of vibe, but if you like play video games or anything of the sort, it's like also fine as well. I stream on Twitch every day, so like, you know.
As soon as this freaking company gets this PC that I built to my current dwelling, I cannot wait to set up streaming, play games with all my VA friends, hanging out. I feel like that's gonna be like the next phase of like how my channel's gonna be fun again, and I can't wait. I can't wait.
For sure. You wanna like wrap things up? If you wanna like
give myself a shout out or something.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching the stream. Love you all. Thank you, Kindred, for inviting me. This was really fun. And if you want to check out my ASMR, I do this fun little thing where I have like super connected lore and worlds, and it's all fun. And you can thank Kindred because he was my inspiration before I started all of my videos. So check me out, and thank you again, Kindred. This was amazing.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. If you are here as well, I also stream on Twitch. I know there are a lot of people that follow me on YouTube. They see the videos, but they don't know. I stream on Twitch every single day, always at the same time. Whatever time that is for your time zone, you can just see on the profile. And yeah, every single day we always do kind of fun things from like cooking, chatting, bartending. It really goes from all over the place. And yeah, hope you enjoy the stream, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.